What's up, babes? How are you guys? Happy July 4th. I'm not a patriot, but I do like fireworks. So we make some shit shake over here, you know? So celebrate your families today. Celebrate your friends. Celebrate the people that you have close to you. Celebrate the people that have fought for you. And blast the sky, dog. Now let's be careful though, because we don't need nothing feeling like we in, WW3. But aside from all of that, we good, we kosher, we great, we feeling blessed and highly successful. God is good, bro. There's so many shifts happening. And to allow life to just come at you in a way where you're not trying to control every facet, that takes a lot of strength. And when life does unfold and become what it's becoming, and you just engage in whatever the day comes with, it feels good to just be like, you know what, I'm going to control what I can. I'm going to control myself. And whatever happens in the day, I will just handle it in the best way that I can. And the things that come out of that display, the things that come out of that mindset, limitless, priceless, nobody can tell you about yourself at that point. For real. If we're being for real. Nobody can tell you about yourself at that point, and you build a level of strength and confidence that you possibly didn't know you had. Like, it gives you that, yeah, I'm on my shit right now. Even if it's something that comes up and it's like, shit, how am I going to come through this? You're just taking your time. Yeah, I know who I am. Let me go through this and do this and do it. Like, as the day progresses, you figure it out. Take it day by day, Don't let things that are uncontrollable control you. You control you. So, yeah. I had to come with a little wisdom in the beginning. I had to come with a little vibe just to make y'all understand that here we are light-filled with a little bit of chaos. So here you are welcome to be yourself, your full self, your bodied self, your everything. And that's all we can ask for nowadays, is a space that we are supported and that we feel safe, especially in these times where so much is happening. But welcome. So nice to have you here. Or welcome back. Hey babes, to another episode of Present Not Perfect. I am your host, Mimi Jeanite, of course. And this week, babes, we're going in deep. I'm not going to cut you too hard though, because we all can make it out of this situation on top. Not unscathed, but on top. I need a drink break before I start this though. This is going to be a doozy. Mind you though, I am on this journey along with you guys. So the things that I say are sound advice. Are they easy to follow when you're in it? Debatable. Depends on your discipline. We all are in different parts, different spaces, different places. We all give leeway to some people versus others. Just depends. But we're all in this together. So have grace for anybody that's speaking on how they have let something like this happen to them, because the goal is growth. The goal is understanding what you deserve and not letting anybody take that away from you. Okay. So let's get into it. Have you ever been in love? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've been in love before. Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. There's so many different types of love states that I feel like if you haven't been in love once, come talk to me. I wanna pick your brain. If you haven't been in love once, if you perceive to yourself that you have not ever been in love yet, come talk to me. Let's find out why. But throughout my lived experience right now, I have gone through so many different stages of loving someone and feeling like I was in love with someone. So in my journey, I am somebody that I give a lot of myself. I'm a lover and sometimes a fighter. I will give if it feels like you need this thing, sometimes at my expense. And unfortunately, because of the way that it lasted a long time to now that I'm changing the ways that I allow that to happen to me, or this boundary to be respected, it's more like okay, if I'm giving, I have to give with a sense of how am I giving? Where am I giving? To whom am I giving? All of those things need to be taken into consideration in order for things to actually make sense. Otherwise, I'm following the same shit I was in before, and we're not doing that. No, we're elevating. See it with me. We're elevating. Yeah. So to give and give and give and give and give and give and give, and then be drained, then question why you gave. You know that can turn somebody sour. That can turn somebody stupid. That is not a situation where you want to sit and adjust yourself for every little thing somebody needs from you, to then forget yourself and then to be upset at the fact that you allowed that. Well, you can be upset at the fact that you allowed it, but you can't be upset that the person was doing that, because you give jurisdiction to what people are allowed to get from you. You give jurisdiction to what you want in your life, what you're gonna get from people. Nobody can come to you and be like, here, take this, and then shove it on you. If you don't put your hand out, if you don't extend your hand to receive what they're giving, you're not gonna receive it. Same way is if somebody's asking you, hey, can you do this? And you say yes, but you can't for real. In the back of your mind, you're like, damn, I can't really. But you say yes, you've extended your hand, you've grabbed it. So you have to take responsibility for that, or you can give it back. Be like, you know what? I think I made a mistake. Take this back. Please take it from me. And I see that in relationships. Of course, we want to put our best foot forward type of thing, right? So they expect you, if you've given them this for the majority of the first times and the second times and the third times that they've met you and seen you and interacted with you, this is what they're going to start to expect. Like, this is the person that you are, so this is who you are. Okay, so this is who you are. And if you don't want that lifestyle, if you don't want that reality to be what's projected onto you, then you have to adjust to what you are actually accepting in your life. And that begins to get very deep, especially if you're a lover. You tend to excuse a lot of what your potential partner is doing, or your partner that you officiated and, you know, like y'all really together, or even your spouse. Like, this is where the toxicity can get super toxic. Like, it could get real bad, like real bad. And you start building this dependency on another person to be able to do something for you to function well in the relationship, because you've created this dynamic where now if they aren't that, then you cannot be this. And it's like, what? Like, nah. We're doing better, okay? We're doing better. What are we? We're elevating. Yeah. Being in a relationship and being a giver, you also have to remember that giving to yourself is an actual thing. So concerning yourself with all of the matters that somebody else has and bringing to the table, and all their problems and issues and all this and that, and you want to help them, you want to fix the issues, you want to be the hero, you want to be like, yes, I did this for you, you needed me and I helped you, and something came from that. That's great. You know, like, that is a beautiful thing to be able to have within, because a lot of people are selfish. A lot of people do not even have the capacity to think outside of themselves. And you know what? I'm realizing, like, it's not even like right now that I'm realizing it. It's really the past few episodes that I've made. It's like, I'm really speaking to the people pleasers, the retired people pleasers, the people that have come up on such a different type of childhood, where even if you were hurt or even if you were harmed in any kind of way, you still held a sense of love within your heart, and you were just not taught how to use that love in a healthy way. There's a lot of us out here. There's a lot of us that are trying to reform, recalibrate, rewire our synapses to become better people to ourselves first and foremost, so that we are better for other people outside of ourselves. And that is admirable. Come on. Yeah. Do it to you. So when we come across a lot of these people where they're very selfish and they don't necessarily think twice about somebody else before they think twice about themselves, it makes things like, damn, like, I'm doing a lot. You feel drained. You feel like, why is there no reciprocation? And that is because you've allowed that dynamic to be in place. Unfortunately, with the way that you overexpose your boundary, you don't give space for somebody to actually be needed. You're the one that is always fixing. You're the one that's always doing. So when somebody comes to you with a need, you're there. But when do you extend an I need this? And then what is that response that you're receiving from somebody? And are you accepting that response? So not to say that you're not asking for what you need, because I'm sure there's a lot of us out here that are literally like, yeah, if I need something, I've gotten over the hump of asking for help. Like, I will ask for help if I need help. Now, the response that we receive from the people, are we accepting that response as, oh, okay, this is what you're saying? And okay, well, then if you can't do it, then that's fine. And you knowing damn well they could do something about it. Like, you're building resentment. One, you're building a ground, a foundation of discomfort and pattern that you're not even wanting to accept. Two, so like, what else is there? And it's getting real dark in here. We're getting real deep. We in Florida. We in Florida, baby. And it's looking like a storm outside. So we started with the sun, we about to end with the rain. Shit, cleanse it out. You guys can still see me though. You guys can still see me. So what was I saying? Yeah, you guys are building the foundation for that. Like, that's what happens when you go around your boundary. You don't stand 10 toes on what you said you wanted or needed and allowed yourself to accept from somebody. Like, if they can't, okay, that's fine. But then now there's going to be a level of discernment when I move forward that I'm going to be like, now I know that I am not going to receive the same type of extension that I give you. And normally that affects a lot of people that do an acts of service type of love. Like, if that's your love language, that affects you a lot more than somebody that's love language is receiving gifts, for instance. Like, you don't take that lightly. You take it like it's a personal attack if somebody doesn't do for you what you do for them. And shit, that is to each his own, you know? To each their own on that part, because the ways that that can be on the spectrum, it can flow, you know? Like, some people need different things on that, and that's why it's really important to communicate what your needs are in that situation. But the crux right here is to allow yourself to know exactly what you need. And if you are able to ask, if you have the courage to ask somebody for what it is that you need, then you allow them to show you if they would rather. And if they would rather not, then baby, it's time to go. And this is the point of today's discussion. Leaving, even when you love that person, even when you love that person, because you love yourself more. I could have been married today. I really could have. Would I have been happy? Unknown. I don't know if I would have been happy at this point being married today. Like, I made a decision that I stand on, even though I loved this person. I love that person still to this day. Like, it's not like I'm just like, okay, I shut it off. Like, no, it's still love there. I just did not feel like I was receiving what I needed. And I can't lie to myself and say, yeah, okay, if things are like this right now, things are gonna change when we get married. I can't lie to myself because I see it. I see the patterns. I see the reality. That's not what I want. Now, 4 years ago, I probably would have said yes. Probably would have said yes. There's a sense of I scratch my back and I scratch your back versus and you scratch your back and you scratch my back that there is needed for me to feel fulfilled in a relationship. Because I'm gonna scratch my back all day. I got me. But if I'm scratching your back too, I only have 2 hands and I need assistance sometimes. So if there is only 1 hand scratching my back but 3 hands scratching yours, I'm good. I'd rather scratch my back only. And that's what I decided. I was like, nah, I'm good. And the thing about it, it was like the fact of how I felt within the relationship. It was one of those relationships where I was able to feel like a child again. And not even like a child, like, oh yeah, I'm being like fucking toddler, like fucking, you know. I was able to tap into my inner child and really just be silly and just do dumb shit. Like, it was fun to be in that relationship. But at the same time, it was low-key deep, because I'm deep. I'm a deep person. I like getting into the nitty-gritty. Like, what are you? Who are you? Why are you? Like, So the fact that I was able to tap into a side of myself where it was just so innocent, it was beautiful to feel that way. I didn't want to lose that. I didn't want to let it go in fear that I wouldn't receive that ever again in my life, because that was the first time that I felt like that before, where it was like an awakening of, wow, like I can actually just be myself in a relationship. I don't necessarily have to sit here trying to fix somebody. And that's the way it started, you know, like I don't have to try so hard. Like I am definitely supported and wanted and all of the things that I've ever wanted. Like, I love this feeling. I knew it would feel good. I knew it. Like, duh. Then, I don't know what caused them to change. There's so many factors. There's so many people that knew us together that I don't even know. Like, even outside of my relationship, I had people talking about me like they knew me, saying things that I supposedly did. And I'm just like, oh, really? Oh, I did that? Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Like, so in a sense, it's like if somebody is in an environment where they receive that and they allow that to be something that they tie into my character, plus, you know, he doesn't know me like that for real. We're just getting to know each other for real. So for some things, it's like, okay, that influences how you see that person. That influences what you want with that person. And that's my assumption on why things changed. It's like it was a flip switch, you know? So from there, I just wanted to get that feeling back. I wanted to get that experience back. Like, what happened? Why did we stop? Everything was so good. And I'm somebody that's, like I said, really, really deep. So I'm asking the hard questions, like your trauma, your dad, how your mom, and, you know, going into the deepness of it all. And that was where the shift, the pivot, like officially was like, oh, I feel it. Like there's a huge distance to realize that there is this connection. There is this feeling of involvement. Like I appreciate the way I feel when I'm around you. I feel good when I feel like I can grow and be a different level of myself. It's like I literally scale 10 times whenever I interact with you. Like it makes so much sense until it doesn't. And the part where it doesn't is the part that stagnates a lot. That shit will make you stay in a situation just to see how it's gonna work out. And I mean, I guess along the way it's kind of a little fun because then you kind of little have fun, but just make sure you are aware that ain't shit happening for real. You kind of in the same loop. It ain't shit happening for real. So you can keep relearning the lesson. You can keep relearning that same thing because it's fun, not because you're actually learning something. Because you already got it. You already got a lesson. Now, if you want to keep practicing, that's on you. Do you, you know? And that's what I had to realize for myself, where it's like, yo, I already know this. Like, so it's like every time I took 5 steps forward, I took 2 back. Be like, okay, let's see if I can really like, oh, okay, no, let's keep moving. Oh, let me, you know, it's like, oh, let me, no, oh, okay, I'm like, it honestly became one of those things where it's like, okay, I have to be for real with myself right now. Like, yeah, it's fun, but after a while, it's not anymore. Like, after a while, it's just like, I want something else. I want something stronger. I want something with more substance and intimacy and feeling. And that's what wasn't happening. So I came to a point where I was like, okay, I'm okay with leaving. I'm okay with leaving. And then boom. I'm not gonna go into too much of the details on this part because, well, I just don't need to, you know? Honestly, for me, I think with the situation that happened, if it didn't happen the way that it happened, I think I possibly would have kept going, playing a little game. But the thing is, I know what I want when I want it. So I'm also a one-man woman. So I don't really be like talking to too many people at the same time. Like, if I like you, more than likely I'm only talking to you. If you're showing me that you don't really like me like that, then most likely I'm talking to somebody else that likes me like that. But once I get to a point where it's like, I like you, I'm talking to you alone, and there's nothing that's really going to take away from that feeling except for things that you do personally. So I can be in such like with you. However, if I continuously have to tell you something, I'm going to get annoyed. But then if I understand there might be a reason as to why you're acting a certain way, I might give leeway. I might give like, okay, there's a reason. So it's not like you're just being an asshole, you're just needing help. It goes from feeling like you can have fun to then being dependent on that person to receive that experience again, and then falling into a codependence because now it's like, I need to help you. Now I have become the mother or the superior or the one that is better than you because I'm looking at myself as the one that can do something for you to fix you. When you ain't need no fixing in the first place. If you wanted to do something better for yourself, you know what to change. You know what to do. I'm so grateful for this experience that I had because it's helped me really be for real with myself. Like, nah, people aren't stupid. People are not stupid. Not that I was, thinking they were in the first place. I don't like people that make themselves feel unintelligent to me. Like, you know what you know. So it's the acknowledgement of emotional unintelligence. It's the acknowledgement of sometimes I'm not sure about what my feelings are, and I don't have that type of emotion where everybody else's is like mine. So that I can understand because I've seen that in so many different spectrums. I've seen that in so many different people. I've seen that in so many different times. So it's like, okay, I can see that. But then also I've seen them as people that feel like they're unemotional or emotionally unavailable come to a point where they want to become emotionally available. So there's not a lot of stake for, okay, you just need fixing and I'm the one to help you. No, you're going to help you. You know what to do. Let me rephrase that. I can help if you want help, if you are actually accepting of the help. If there's no sense for me to be saying shit because you don't even care, then I'm not doing that. And that's the point where I think I actually needed to get to, is the fact that, okay, the person was fine being the way they were. There was no issue with how they felt like they were running their life, and that's now cool with me. I don't need to do too much. Like, I know what I have in my bag, and they did too. It's just easier to do something that you don't have to be responsible for. I think people just find it's a lot easier to not have a responsibility for something that you have so much reverence for. You don't want to fail. You don't want to be the one that doesn't get it right. You don't want to do this in a way where you're seen as the person in the wrong. So you sabotage and you make it like it shouldn't be yours anyway, and that's the move you make. And if people want to do that, then that's the choice you have to leave them with. We cannot be out here trying to save everybody, unfortunately. We are worth saving also. So if you feel like you want to save somebody, save yourself from the fucking bullshit that you're about to put yourself into by trying to stay in a relationship or any type of situation, job situation, friendship, whatever it is, where you actually have to interact. You need that back and forth with that person on a constant basis. Make sure you actually are saving yourself as well. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. It doesn't matter how much you love them. It doesn't matter how much you love them. You have to love yourself more than you love them. That is the key. There's no other way you're going to be able to make that happen. And it's like, yeah, I can't even think of any right now. You gotta go. Coming to a sense of, okay, I need to leave now. I need to be done with this. Coming to that conclusion and standing on that, having the discipline to really be like, you know what? I'm done for real. Like, let me take that statement seriously for myself. I'm done. I love you, but I'm done. If there's no growth, there's no elevation, there's no betterment, that's fine. I can go elsewhere. I'm done. And there's a thing, it makes it feel like, when you actually leave, you get to breathe a little bit better, It may be hard the first few days, weeks even, but one day you're gonna wake up and it's gonna be like, wow, I'm actually over this. It was like, I woke up one day and it was like, wow, like, I really don't care if we actually get together or not. Like, I'm good, because I had been training myself on being okay not getting myself back into the relationship. So it's like I had fought for so long to make the relationship work that I started reframing the way that I even wanted the relationship to work. So it wasn't something that was a priority anymore. The way that the person was treating the relationship is the way that I started treating the relationship. Not even for a tit for tat, but just like, okay, I don't want to give too much energy if you're not going to give the same energy. It was just like, okay, if I'm not receiving the reciprocation, I have to reciprocate what you're giving me. There has to be some type of fairness. So woke up and it was like, shit, all right, I like this feeling. I can breathe. And it's been like 2 years. So it was like, wow. I feel better, It does get better. It does. And I'm sure you've heard so many people talk about this type of situation before, where it's just like, yeah, I stayed when I shouldn't have, but now I realize that it would have been better for me to go in the first place. And if you have a story like that, I would love to hear your overcoming. I would love to hear about it, because we all have different situations, as similar as they can be. There's so many nuances that could help out somebody else in a different way, like in this way that I'm coming to you guys now. Having grace for if you do decide to stay, if you decide to remain in a situation where you're not really receiving what you want, but you think you can make a change in that person. And then me coming to you and saying, hey, it might not happen like that for real. You have to be okay with the reality of that not happening. And then moving accordingly from there. Not to bash you, but it's to really bring you into clarity about what it is that you deserve. Like, you don't deserve to be second place to anyone, especially to yourself. So let go, because it'll make you feel better. Let go, truly. And if that person is for you, you gonna get them. They're gonna see the respect you have for yourself. They're gonna see that, shit, what the fuck was I doing? I need to go, whoa, what the? It's literally gonna be like a wake up call. Like, damn, I'm about to lose out on a good one, bro. I gotta go get my girl, or I gotta go get my nigga. I gotta go. I gotta go. Click. This is not a game. This is not a game anymore. We are here doing big business. Big business. When it has anything to do with us, big business. We ain't playing. This is for our well-being. We have come too far to let ourselves not take ourselves seriously because of somebody else and how we feel about them. Basically, what you're seeing is a reflection of yourself anyway. Take it seriously, man. Take it seriously, man. We are here. To all my lovers out there fighting the good fight to keep love alive, understand that love comes from you. Love generates in you. You can't lose love. You might get a little mad one day and be like, fuck love. Love is you. However, how you use love, how you access it, how you make it a resource is what matters. The people that will value that thing from you are the ones that deserve to receive that from you. And if they cannot, or they just don't, you know what to do. It's time to go. It's time to hit the door. It's time. And that's that on that. We ain't playing no more. No. And I actually brought it up to my best friend a couple days ago, where I was like, when I get back into the dating game, I think I'm gonna be real strict. And I honestly don't want that. But it's like, maybe that's needed. So then the bullshit can just be like, okay, I'm over with bullshit quicker than me trying to like figure it out. So we're not playing games anymore, guys. This is the next level. This is the next step. We are doing big things in every nook and cranny of our lives. Yeah, duh. We in this. We are in this. Okay? What are we? We're elevating. I appreciate y'all coming here. Go ahead and do all of the things, and you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and do them all. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And today, you have been watching another episode of Present, Not Perfect. I am your host, Jeanite, once again. And it's always been love. All right, I'm gonna see y'all on the next episode. Mwah. 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 Bye.